How's it going, everybody? Today we talk about the new announcement from Behringer, the B73 preamp, and we got to install a Dante card in that console. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Monday live stream. If it's your first time on the channel, hi. My name is Guillaume. I'm a live sound engineer that talk about anything that has to do with the world of live sound. We can talk about console, we can talk about stage box, microphone, in-ear monitor, because I do a lot of in-ear monitor for a living. So this is the kind of stuff that I enjoy, and this is the kind of stuff that I'd like to share with you guys here. So make sure to ring the bell. You know the YouTube drill. Ring the bell. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, something that I always forget when I'm doing live stream. Make sure to give this video a like. Today, maybe we will be played by the time zone change. I don't know if you guys changed the time zone everywhere in the world. Right now in Canada, we changed this weekend to the summer time zone. So I know it's maybe going to throw off a little people. They will be late where they usually have the stream. I know, especially in Europe, a lot of you guys are from Europe watching, and yeah, time zone change, Charlie. So today we are live on YouTube and Twitch. If you are on Twitch, make sure to say hi. I do read both chat at the same time. And let's dive into this. The first thing that I want to talk about is a news that I believe is gonna be a little bit of a game changer. Hear me out. Not in the way that you think. What's up, Rob? Oh, you made it early. Thank you very much for showing up, because it's 1 hour less for you in Europe, right? Thank you very much for showing up. My regulars, I love the regulars. Thank you very much to this community. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. All right, the big news. Something that I believe will probably shake a couple things here and there. Not really in the live sound world, maybe in the future, who knows? But in the live sound world, the new Behringer 1073 preamp from Neve, or a tribute to the 1073 from Neve in the 500 rack series. They released that today, so I grabbed quickly this video presentation and let's talk about this. Behringer have a full-on video where they give you a quick overview of the product. They give you a quick basically how they base their ID on where they should go with that thing. It's really based on the original design, and they went out of their way to make it a little closer to the original design than most other people clone, if you want to say. Just the fact that they changed the voltage, I believe, is going to affect the overall result. So is it like a original Neve 1073 500 series preamp? I don't know, but is it gonna be a good preamp? That's, I believe, where we gonna have a huge difference versus the other stuff that was previously released by Behringer. Hear me out. Behringer is a good company. Behringer is a better, innovative company since they released the X32. So in the timeline, that's about 10 years ago. And I think nowadays, especially with the release of this unit, mark my word, Behringer is going to go over to the top. Look, I want you guys to take a close look at the video here. This is not a unit that I have. This is the unit that Behringer broadcasts. It's a extract of, I took a couple clips of their video, but look at the build quality of this thing. Usually Behringer is or was previously known as more affordable. The X32 was released in 2012. All right, The 1073 clone that they built, the Behringer 73, the build quality on this thing, just look at the thickness of the metal that they're using for the chassis. This thing is built solid. You take a look at the PC board. I don't know if we saw it or not, but you take a look at the PC board that they showed, and man, it looks quality. Let me do the video again quickly. I think it's worth watch a second time. Look at the quality of the knobs. Look at the, seriously, I'm impressed. The combo nitric connector at the front. Nothing about this unit scream affordable. It looks like it's the Midas ish knob that they're using for the push. Everything else, seriously, is looking crazy good. That's limit a problem. Because I don't know if you guys know, but I believe the MSRP for this thing worldwide is going to be 200 USD. It's half the price of a regular unit, if not less than half the price. I am seriously impressed by what they can give. Sound quality, as always, is what's matter, but here I don't think they cut off anything. It looks seriously promising. I just want to wait for you guys to see the PC board shot. It's going to happen around the middle of the video, so should happen soon. Nothing on here seems to be cheap. No corner seems to be cut. It's just they replicate a design probably more faithfully than other clones out there. And I think it's coming. Nitric connector, like I said, combo jack to put in your 500 series rack. Go at the front. Really useful feature of the 1073. Now let's go to the PC board. Nothing on that is cheap. They put on real transformer. And there's no magic about transformer. It's just a matter of using the right material with the right thing. Seriously, I think Behringer is going to disrupt the world of the 500 series with this thing. It seemed to me like it's a great unit. To be seen, I may buy a 500 series module just to try it out. It's looking good. It's looking amazingly good, to the point where it's like scary what they could do back at Behringer. Because I don't know if you guys follow that stuff up, but in the synth world, they are disrupting thing. I think, again, mark my word, I think this is the beginning of a new 500 series run from Behringer, and I think those units going to be good. It's not going to be the most affordable stuff, but I'm pretty sure those units going to be real good. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's first say hi to everybody in the chat. Did I say hi to everybody? Hi, Rob. Hi, Charlie. And let's move on to what's going to be the core of the video today. It might be a long one because I know because of the time change, people are progressively going to come back more probably later than sooner, because it's probably just an hour before where you live still. But the core of the video that we're going to do today is I'm going to grab this lovely Brooklyn 2 card from the background here, and we're going to take a look at this. I got this one off of eBay, like I pretty much get all my used non-Behringer wing card, and we're going to try to put it in that console. We're going to try to flash it to the Behringer firmware, and we're going to try to make it work with my other Dante stuff. I'm basically, well, I'm going to do a swap, but I have a Dante card inside that console. I'm just going to use it in my rack that is probably coming really soon. I was told April by the lovely people over from Long McQuaid, where I am in Canada. So I'm expecting my rack to be here soon. So we're just going to do a quick swap. I'm going to put a Dante card in that console, and the one that is in there is going to go eventually my rack. Make sure that you subscribe to... looks like the WinQ was released today. Is the new app updated today? Cool. We're going to check that out. Maybe after. We're going to make sure that we have communication here for that with the Dante stuff. But basically the plan for today is, yes, drop that in that Wing compact and take out the one that I have in here. Eventually it's going to go in the rack, and in the rack we're going to do a little bit of mod to it. As soon as I get it, we're going to crack it open, we're going to take a look at it, we're going to set up a Dante card, and we're going to install a internal fan for it. I'm working on something. I'm working on custom-made adapter for the fan, because by default the rack unit has a hole for a fan, but there is nothing in there. You need to purchase a 80 millimeter, speaking French. You need to buy a off-brand or the brand of your choice 80 millimeter fan. I'm probably going to go with the Noctua. I'm probably going to use the half-speed adapter that they have in their kit, and that's going to give me a basically full-on power fan. So it's going to run full power, but we're going to use the half-speed adapter. And yeah, definitely Noctua. This is what I think too. And because we're going to have those options, we'll be able to run that at 50%. If the unit is made to run fine with no fan, if we have a fan running at 50%, it's going to be perfect. Basically, the thinking is here, less heat inside of a unit, the more it's going to last. Basically, I'm going to see if also I can add another fan for the power supply. I don't know if there's a fan for the power supply, but it's probably a quick fix. Stuff running cold is never, ever, ever a bad thing. So let's change the camera angle. We're gonna crack that little thing open, and we're gonna try to have a good time together. Let me get my mouse out of the way. Let me put my Dante card in the coffee. No, not in the coffee mug. We're gonna unplug it. Unplug our USB. Unplug it in the back here. And we gotta start to get that cracked open. Make sure to say hi in the chat if you guys have any question. It's not gonna be the most detailed tear down that I've done. I do have a video where I show how to open the console up, so please refer to that if you have any question. Also, if you have any question about that video, make sure to leave it in the comment down below. I'm gonna make sure that I answer those all there, but I'm gonna try to concentrate on my Q&A about that stuff altogether. So anybody is gonna want to have information in the future will find everything at the same place. So let's go. We remember that we don't want to mix up screws because they're not all the same length. So we're gonna use our lovely iFixit tray here to do that. I'm gonna try not to be in front of the camera, but we're gonna do the process quickly. Ta-da! How was your weekend, guys? Anybody did anything special? I did 2 shows. Went actually really, really well. Did 2 shows with my usual touring band. We were in the beautiful city of Gatineau and Trois-Rivières this weekend. Always have fun, especially at the beautiful venue called Odyssey in Gatineau. Really, really, really cool place. Really beautiful venue. The front of house guy had to experiment the new Mayor PA The new was it 8 inches and a horn kit? I don't remember the name from the top of my head right now, but really cool PA. Sounded, as always, really good. Honestly, I'm not a huge Mayer fan, but they do make great PA. I was never disappointed by a Mayer kit. Like, it never sounded bad. Of course, if you factor in the money, sometimes it's not the most affordable option out there. But so, L-Acoustic or other stuff, but those kits do deliver. They do sound good. And I was impressed by the rejection of the sub, the design there with the double 18 under the stage. We had some 12, I believe, subs on the side, on top of the stage. Double 21 at front of house on the top at the FOH for the balcony. And they also had a center cluster if you want to do LCR mixing. And definitely next time I'm going there, I want to try to do LCR mixing, because you guys probably saw Dave's Rat video where he's mixing the band in one PA and the vocal in another PA, because the center cluster that they have there is wide enough to cover the full room. I want to give that a try of having my vocal being in the center, basically my vocal and my snare, and having my reverb and everything else on the side and the band on the side. So next time that I go there as a front of house guy, I really want to try that out. And also probably gonna try, depending on the band that I have, they have an SSL live console there. I want to give that a try. It's always fun to try out some ion stuff, and I believe the SSL is worth giving a shot. You know, I don't think they ever did any bad product. It's not the kind of company that have, you know, affordable option. Okay, so here's the new card. We're gonna open that up for you guys to see. Actually, can I do this? Don't want to mix up my screws. Here. Da-da-da-da. We can probably give you a better shot of that. Hold on. There we go. It's all happening right here. Come on, camera, focus. It's all happening here. It's all happening right there. That's a power supply. If it's your first time inside a Wing Compact, that's the power supply. That's where the optional card goes. Again, I do have a video to go over in detail about that stuff. That's the top unit, so inside it's closed. So it's a couple wire, basically this one for power and these for communication with the board. And inside the board here is the same thing that you're gonna find in every single Wing console. So to pop off the card, it's easy. You just go here, you move the two little lever that's holding down the card. There is no screw, there's no nothing, and the card just pop right out. So this one is good. This used to be a Yamaha card, but now it's been flashed to be a Behringer card. Oh no, this one is not a Yamaha. This one is the one from the board, the off-brand board that I didn't know about. But now let's drop in this one. This is a card that I got, again, off of eBay that I don't have a lot of information about. And it's a Brooklyn 2. It's a Brooklyn 2 Rev 3A. And I have no information. I don't know what was the manufacturer of this card. So we're just going to drop that in our compact. And that's going to be Oh, this is not all the way in. There we go. No, it's all the way in. It's secure, and I should not have any reason to ever remove that card. Or I just jinx myself right there. Let me see what's going on here. I want to close that back again. Let me do this, do this. All right, seems good, seems good. Not perfect fit, but there we go. Hey, John. Sorry for being late, but why are you swapping the card? Okay, you missed that part. I'm eventually, or really soon, I should say, gonna get a rack wing. So I purchased this one, the one that I just dropped in, and I'm just gonna pre-flash, or actually I'm gonna swap the card. I'm gonna take the one that was inside the compact here, this one, and I'm gonna get it ready, or actually it's actually ready for my rack. So I'm just gonna drop it in the rack, and I want to make sure that this one has a card too. So while we're at it, and I have time, and I believe it will be interesting for me to do this on the live stream again, because last time I did this was a random live stream, and random live stream don't get a lot of views because they're out of schedule. I just turn on my streaming setup and go live, where when it's on the Monday I can probably have more interaction with you guys. But I kind of jinxed it because this is the first Monday of the new time zone change. So was it really a win for me to do that? That's a great question. We're gonna live and we're gonna learn about that. But we're just having fun here. I like to have stuff to do when I'm doing live stream. It's seriously, it's really hard to just fire up the stream and answer a question from you guys with nothing, nothing to do. I'm basically pulling out a show of my butt doing that. So having stuff to do is really easier for me as a host for these live stream. And it's also changing, it's also giving you guys really good or better content to watch than just me answering question. But feel free in the chat if you have any question. We can talk about everything as always. Just avoid being politics. Or if it has to do with the music industry politics, maybe we could talk about that, like the stuff that happened over at Gibson and Mezapoogie. I was watching that just before we got live. There was some people who build some companies that were fire. So yeah. Hey, Rolf. Yes, I know about the time that is only changing at the last weekend of March in Europe. But here in Canada, we're changing it at 1:30. So you think it's a better idea for me to wait next time? And maybe instead of doing it at 1:30, doing it at 2. So it's going to be half an hour late for me, but half an hour before you guys. I don't know. But I know it's early for you guys. And are we late when we doing it the other way around? Do we start to stream late in Canada for you guys in Europe when I'm doing the winter time change? I'm one of those guys that believe it should all be like we should not do this anymore. It was a great idea during the early 1900s for people to get more time out and farmer to get more time out, but I don't think it's really applying to life as we live it now. It should be I think it should be a thing of the past. And I think Canada should actually have one time zone, because we now we have three. We have East Coast, we have Center, and we have West Coast. So if everybody could agree and having maybe the whole North America being on one time zone, or all agreeing that it's one time, it would be better or easier, especially for my meetings. Because dealing with people on the West Coast sometimes is like, okay, but it's 3 hour. Is it three hour before you guys, or no? It's okay. It's only 2 because we did the time change, but some places didn't do the time change, and it's like it ended up just being a big mess. So yeah, should be a thing of the past. Let's go again on the other side. It should be the last time that I'm opening up this one. And I'm gonna jinx it, and the card's not gonna work, and I'm gonna have to open it up again. That's usually how lucky I am. No. It would make great content for you guys, but because of that, let's jinx it the other way around. Because it will make good content, it's gonna work right away. Actually, I don't know, but somebody already flashed the Behringer firmware on it. Will be fun, huh? Just having it plug and play. Let's see what's going on. The EU has decided to abandon the time change, but they cannot agree on whether to go permanent summer or permanent winter time. Really good question. I believe here in Canada it would be better, or it would make more sense if we were always on winter time. I think so. But what would be the real noon? Like when on Central Europe is like the sun really at its pinnacle. I would say go with that. Even if it's not really enjoyable for some people, I would say, it's the real time. I know time is not like, I know time is an interpretation, but I would say if they cannot agree, just go like, well, the sun is at its pinnacle here, that's noon. Whatever time it is for you guys, that's noon. I can keep also my sorry Canadian opinion and not give you guys any input on that, but yeah. So, alright, let's put our Dante card here. This one's going to be ready for the rack. And should we try to fire this one on and see... Oh, wow. Okay, so it's none of those. Well, I think I just gave you the answer. World problem, bring them my way. What's the real noon time for you guys? That's how you should go, right? Do we have a console? Yes. Do we have a camera pointing at the console? Yes. If we go into setup, it says Dante, but it's probably because I already did the manipulation of having the card. Let's go in the routing menu and see if we see it. Okay, we see it now. We have Dante module happening. So let me give me a couple seconds of break here. I'm gonna grab my laptop and we gotta fire this thing up and see what's going on. We'll see if it's working. We'll see also if I have a bad cable like I did last time. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back with you. Oh, not this one. All right, we're back. So, gonna need some space for a laptop here. We can do this. We can have the mouse on the console, doesn't really matter. I'm connected on the port in the back, by the way. I'm connecting to the primary, or what I believe is the primary. So, coffee out of the way. No more iFixit needed. We're gonna do this with the RJ45. I'm using one of these adapter to go from USB-C to Ethernet on my computer, and I'm gonna be a nice guy with you, and I already prepare a USB-C dongle for that. So you guys will have my laptop and the full-on network experience. Hold on. All right. Do not disturb. We're gonna turn off the Wi-Fi because we don't need any Wi-Fi. And let me give you some visual. Do you guys get the screen? No. Why is that? Hold on. Okay, you get it. You get it. Okay, let's go, Dante. Not virtual sound card. Let's go, Dante controller. Let's see what's going on here. I know. They're using an Allen 8. Chromium alert. All right. Okay. Let's go first, not shared interface. Let's go with this one. And I'm already seeing a device, which is a really good thing. I'm going to go none. And let's go okay. Do we still have a device? Yes, we do have a device. And I think I can actually patch the damn thing if I really wanted to. Yes. It's a 64 by 64. I don't know what Edge 2 could mean here, but the fact that I can just drop the card in and do this, and we have access on primary. Edge radius card. All right. Okay. Well, really good news. It's going to be a really quick operation, I believe. We're just going to fire up Dante updater. We're gonna force upgrade the card. If Dante updater can show up, there you go. No device found. Update available. Okay, we got the device. Imported firmware. We want to flash it to this one. We want to override the Behringer firmware on it. So that's gonna be it. Override. It's for a model Brooklyn 2. This is what we have. We have a Brooklyn 2 card because there is, I must point it out, there is a Brooklyn 3 version available, and it's not the same firmware. This is the firmware for the Brooklyn 2 card. So we can go continue. Yes, this one, I understand that it will interrupt audio. Ready for update. Update now. And now we wait. Last time it crashed a few times, so if it crashed again here, let's not freak out. But we're already off to a better start. Last time I may had a bad cable or a bad adapter, or sometimes with RJ45 and networking, some stuff don't like other stuff for a reason that I cannot understand. But so far so good. Let's not put too much coffee on consoles. You guys warned me enough about that. All right. Well, if it's going too fast, guys, what you guys want to talk about? What could we do here? Because I honestly thought I would be on this stream for a good 2 hours solid. We're 35 minutes in, and we cover most of the subject that I wanted to talk about. So pretty sure we're gonna figure it out. But man, this is going smooth. No bugs, no nothing. It's nice. I like that. We figure out the problem this time. What do you mean problem? There's no problem. James, I have a wing Dante question. Do you have gain control on Dante stage box? And hold on, let me do this, and we're gonna talk about that. Reboot selected device. We can go close here, and it should reboot. Don't steal my punch here, Rob. I'm gonna explain why. Because getting a no as an answer is a thing, but getting a no because it's a better option. All right, so we have a Behringer Wing 64 connected. We have that, and I can make sure this is good. Yes, Win 64. I can fire up Dante virtual sound card on my interface. Okay, I don't know what this warning is. Your system is not running with the highest performance network. The use is as the following. It doesn't have kernel space Ethernet driver. Okay, I'm just gonna go continue, and we're gonna go start. I don't know why it's doing this, but it seems to be working. So for now, if it's not working, we're gonna investigate that. But reading the card before making connection is a great cue. Yes, I do remember that. Let's go here. Opening up the card. We're gonna go device config. This one is wing underscore, no underscore, right? Yeah. Wing compact 2 or -2, because this is my second wing compact. All right, we can go apply. Renaming a device could break the yes. We're gonna let it back. There you go. Separate option 48K or 44.1. We're gonna stick at 48K. Now that I have some really knowledgeable people in the chat, do you guys remember what the PCM2416 or PCM32 means? I did my Dante course, but it's been a while and I don't remember talking about that. We're gonna choose the latency to be low. And we're gonna, while you answer that in the chat, lovely people that know a lot about Dante, we're gonna talk about John's question here. Can I switch the camera? Yeah. Okay, John, about No, it's James. Sorry, James. Hi, Patrick. You're not late. You're actually early. Your time. I'm really early. My time, because we changed the time zone already in Canada. Okay, let's go back to James' question. The reason why the wing cannot control the head amp on different device, like one of the questions that a lot of people are asking me is about the Yamaha stage box. Can I use a Rio? Can I use a TO with a wing? The answer is yes, you can use those stage box. You can connect to anything that is Dante. You should have communication, is my understanding. I never heard of anything otherwise, because if it's not Dante, why would it not work? Anyway, but the head amp control is proprietary per device. Some company like Yamaha give you a software that you can load on a laptop to do the head amp control, so the HA control for Dante stage box. So if you were to have, let's say, a crazy setup, you have the Rupert Neve Dante stage box, you cannot control the head amp with the console. You can have a laptop connected to it, or a device, a computer, with the remote control, with the software remote control to control the gain on those preamp, and this is how you would get signal. But there is no, as far as I understand, cross-company head amp control available. There is no convention, because at the end of the day, probably not Yamaha, but other company that make really good preamp. Let's say Digico. Let's say, well, Midas have really, really good preamp, my favorite preamp in the world, but they do not work on Dante. But companies basically don't want you to use the great stage box with another console, especially stuff like Midas, where there is a sonic difference. And I did the experiment the other day when I was having my full-size wing, is when I was in transition waiting for my compact to show up. We did a couple show where I had my full-size wing at monitor. I had my DL231s connected to the wing, and I sent out a Dante full, like, post my preamp to front of house, where it was a QL or CL5. At first, we were using a physical split snake, and we were going into the Rio there. I brought up the ID during sound check to the front of house guy. Hey, if you want to try, the lead vocal from my Midas stage box, just go ahead and just go ahead and switch that from my Dante. I connected my console to the Dante. Asked the local crew to give you the Midas preamp for the lead vocal. It took about a minute. The guy at front of house did the routing for him, and he sent the Midas preamp into the CL, QL, whatever, the front of house console. 1 more minute later, the call was like, okay guys, you need to stop. I need to start again. We're switching everything to the Midas pre. They just sounded so much better. Or it was more pleasant, more open, more everything, every characteristic that I like about the Midas stage box that happened. So for those reasons, control of head amp over the network company are really they try to keep a closed ecosystem for those reasons, because they don't want you to go like the other way around. They don't want you to use Yamaha really clean, good broadcast, really good quality for broadcast preamp on other stuff. and Digico don't want you to use. I think that Digico is making, or is it Maddie? It's been a while since I played around with Digico, but basically, other companies don't want you to interchange stuff on console from console to console. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the Yamaha preamp for live. I prefer the Midas for everything, but because they are really defined, not too bass heavy preamp, they work really good in a live broadcast context. And they work good for in-ear monitor. As much as I love my Wayne Compact and the DL231, the overall result, the overall response that I got from musician for in-ear monitor, especially if they have cheaper headphone, they get really good result with the Yamaha stuff. It's a little thin for front of house, if you ask me. It's a little, I would say, sterile. But for in-ear monitor, yes, sometimes it's a really good way to have. Clean, really clean. People that like it really clean are really happy with the Yamaha stuff. All right. So I think that answered your question. If you have any more questions, James, feel free to let us know in the chat down below. John, it's an update to Dante controller. It only tells you if there is more sustainable dongle for network on your computer. Okay, good. Thank you very much for the precision about the warning that I had. 24 or 32 is the bit depth. Is there any reason why we don't want to go with the 32-bit depth? I believe it's a better way, especially if we have clipping happening. I think 32-bit is forgiving way more. Any reason why we should not do that? Preamp control will come with the with a future 21T3 2110-3 update. That will be for the Dante card, Rob? I'm not sure I follow here. Hold on, sorry, I'm catching up with the chat. You can already control the Avid IO, AVIO preamp from no, not the Avid, AVIO preamp from Dante controller. How long we'll have to wait for that update? That's a really good question, Rolf. I don't know about that. As long as the bit depth is consistent, I believe so, and I don't see any reason why. Or actually, really good question: can the compact sustain that bit depth? Will it cause any conflict? Update 2110 is based around AS67. It's up to the standardization organization, but it was talked about 2 years ago. Dante card double as AS57. Yes, I believe if you go here in AS67 config, you can enable or disable that. Right now it's disabled. Any reason why I should convert that to or any reason that I should turn on AS67 mode? Will it give me any advantage or not? I remember. Okay, so I can turn on 32-bit. We'll start with that. 32-bit. Yes. I don't even need to apply that. It's updating in the bottom. All right. Let's see. Network config. Switch redundant. I'm gonna go to redundant because all my devices are think to be redundant. You must reboot the device for effect to change. Sure, we'll check that out later. So it's a good thing. If I have the option to get 32-bit, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I do have clipping, it should help me with that. It should give me a cleaner signal because I believe the 32-bit float stuff is forgiving for clipping. Okay. Do not turn on unless you need to speak AES67. Consume bandwidth. I do not need to speak AES67. All right. Is there anything else that we really need to do? I want my setup to be redundant, so it's a really cool thing. That's off. You address prefix. No. We don't need to play around with that. Latency, we just changed that here. The default I base it to 0.5 millisecond. If needed, I'm going to change it, but I don't see any reason why not to use 0.5. Status, there we go. We have the information, product version 0.0.0. 32-bit, most likely 34 or 24-bit data in a 32-bit DEC container, at least on Behringer side. Okay. So am I just wasting bandwidth doing this? I can probably clear that out because, well, actually it was going to some SLX stuff. Okay, that card was really being used. Okay, they were using 32 channel of it. I can probably erase all that stuff. Can I go unsubscribe? Can I? Well, it's not subscribed to anything, so we're gonna change that later probably. We don't need to label anything. I can probably do this. I know I'm gonna come back to it. Hold on. This one, 12. Come on, select. Oh, there we go. Receiver. Can I change the name to nothing? And while I'm doing this, there's probably somebody in the chat saying, "Oh, you should just do this," and it's gonna reset everything. But all right, let's go. Transmit status, all good. Latency, all good, all good. That's the Win Compact number 2. I should definitely P-touch that thing so it's not getting any confusion, and I should do a reboot. So I'm gonna be in the same spot. I'm gonna reboot everything. Then let time for that to go back on. I still have communication. That's great. We're gonna do a physical reboot of the console. Here, I'm gonna go shut down, confirm, and I'm gonna physically turn it off. Wait a few seconds. Everything seems to have disappeared. Let's go back on. And it's back. Okay, we're gonna wait for this device to go back on. Everything seems to be back on. I still have a red light on the primary. What's going on here? Oh, No IP. We do have an IP. All right. Is AS65 only for multicast? Not only, well, actually, Dante can do easily multicast, so I don't think it's only for multicast. I'm gonna say right out the bat, I didn't play around much with AS65 stuff. AS67, sorry. Hey, Zan. Have a nice day, man. Thanks for showing up. But it's not clear config. Can I do clear config? I didn't see it. Hold on. Let me go back here. Reload device information. Configure website. Clear config. If I could go unsubscribe. Where's the clear config? Clear config? I don't know if clear config is going to be the option. It's in device setting. Yeah. No, because everything else seems to be good. I could have clear config reboot and rename everything and reset the network, but yeah, definitely. Exactly like I said before. While I'm doing this, somebody in the chat's gonna go on and go like, "Oh, you should have just done clear config." Thank you very much, Charlie. Sarcasm, guys. I need to point that out. Sarcasm. Thank you. Thank you for laughing out. Okay, that's good. Multicast flows 7 and 8. We're just gonna get rid of all that stuff. We're gonna just for fun pre-patch that console for sending out and receiving from my laptop, so we can have fun sending out some stuff. So we're gonna do a transmitter from my MacBook to the Wing Compact. And can I just do this? Can I shift click or is it control click? Yes, control click. Oh, the MacBook is only 8x8, so I'm gonna need to go Dante virtual sound card. I'm gonna stop and I'm go 64x64. Okay, logic, come on. 64, 4 millisecond, start, thank you. Okay, control click. What did I get wrong? I did something wrong here. Okay, control click, and control click. There you go. I was holding option, my bad. So by doing this, I just patch everything, I believe. Yes. And we're gonna do it the other way around. So the Wing Compact can send to the Mac. I'm gonna go option click, control click, not option, control click. That way we just out. What's the warning on the receiver side? It's just because the device are not connected. It doesn't see the device that was there before because I don't know where that card was used and I don't have that system anymore. But now I seem to have some API stuff and everything seems to be connected. So I have my MacBook, not going to the MacBook, but I do have all my device in green. So if I fire up Logic and hold on, I just want to make sure that I don't spoil you guys with anything that you shouldn't see. Just gonna fire up Logic, opening up a recent project. I think I do have one of those projects, or I can just open up the background song. Hold on. You think it's slow? I didn't see any difference. I'm not a power user of the new Logic stuff, but definitely on my side, I didn't see any difference. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fire up a network connection first, and I'm gonna go. It has dark mode. Because it has dark mode, I love it. Let me go on TrueNAS, on my TrueNAS, and I'm gonna probably fire up the session for the song that we have in the background. It's all the Logic AI stuff. Let me fire that up. Open. There you go. I do have a Logic session going. We can load that up. We're just gonna open up Logic. There's a bunch of stuff here. Let me shut down the background music. No background music, right? I'm just gonna make sure that this is playing. I see some stuff going in on the console. Hold on. We're gonna get there. Everything should be just 1 and 2, right? And for some reason, I don't have any input with the console. Let me fire up. Give me 1 second. Let me fire up a input in OBS for the console so you guys can listen to that. But I need to do it over USB. All right. USB out. No, I don't want USB out. I want output. I want my USB audio. And I don't want my local. I want my main. Main 1 and main 2. We should have something now. And I'm gonna need some headphone. Hear something? Let me be in a position where I hear something. Yeah, it's the background music. We're gonna divide that into a couple of tracks. I'm gonna go X and go. Let's do some stereo stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go in order. Thirteen, 14, and let's go output And let's get the effects back in both 15 and 16. All right, let's do some patching on the console side. I wish I could show you guys the console. Will be way more interesting. Let me just do some quick source stereo pairing. And we're slowly going to build that on the console. Let me know if it's too loud. And we're gonna set up some mastering. So, okay, well, I think I can switch back to the console overview, right? Because you guys saw that stuff. Hold on. Let's go back to the camera. Let's have fun together today. Yeah, but the thing is, Rolf, I'm not streaming with the same computer. This is my laptop playing back over Dante now, and my streaming computer is my desktop, well, my M2 Mac Mini. So it will not follow the same way that it does with it would not follow the same way it does with Wing Edit as the console is following now. So if I can try to do this, and I'm not gonna go into crazy stuff, let's do just some quick mastering for you guys so it doesn't sound like garbage and it's loud and powerful. All right, I can squeeze that up, no problem. Can bring that up. Let's say -6 for you guys. And I'm just gonna add a limiter till I get 2 or 3 dB of limiting. Let's bring that up. Go back to the compressor. I'm going about 3 dB compression, but I'm a little too aggressive now. 1 or 2 dB of compression is enough because, let me bring that down. I don't need to do more than 2 or 3 dB of compression because it's so well played by the AI and it's so compressed already on that side. It's so like even that if I compress it too much, it just sounds squashy. Because all those tones inside Logic are perfect, are the way they should sound on a record. In doubt, never EQ stuff from Logic, never EQ drums from Logic. You should be good to go. So, do we have, yes, we got our track here in Logic, we got our mixer, and everything is post whatever EQ compression that we have, so we don't need to do much on the console. So let me bring that down. I can bring that up a little bit. All right, if it's too loud, let me know. But basically we're running that over Dante now. We have our controller dealing with all that stuff. We're only using 16 input. That's enough. And on our console side, we have stuff that is separate, so I can, you know, drop that down. That's just the reverb. Piano. All the keys. That bass and the drums. All right. Just gonna bring that down a little bit and use this as the background music. One question. Assuming I have Dante controller, Dante virtual sound card, and Wing Edit on the same laptop, would that work over one RJ45? It should. This is what we're gonna check right now. Because for some people, and let's go back in the day headphone style. For some people, it's been a problem to have Dante controller, or Dante controller, Dante virtual sound card, and Wing Edit all running together. I never experienced that because I'm not a huge iPad user. I've been really clear about that. I try to avoid using an iPad as much as possible, but if we fire up Wing Edit, we'll see what's going on here. Can I connect to it? I'm having Wing Edit here. Let's go setup. Do we have a wing? We don't see the wing. I do have two address. Let's go on the wing setup side. Let's go remote. Let me give my console a static address that would make sense. Let's go with 1. Or should we go 2? We got 2. Let's go with 2.201. Submask 00, gateway 00. Okay, close that. My wing is set because pretty sure you cannot see this. 192.168.2.201. Let me change my adapter. Inside my system here, I'm gonna go Wi-Fi. I'm gonna make sure that I disable my Wi-Fi. Disabling the Wi-Fi just made the session crash because it's on my server. This is too slow or system overload from Logic. Okay. Let me close my Wi-Fi, and it's probably gonna freak out again. Yes, because it cannot reach, it cannot pull data from my server. Hold on. Yes. No, this is not true. You're not too slow. All right. All right. Let's make that happen. And actually, can you guys see that? I see my compact here. After a while, it connected, or after giving it an IP, it connected. I can go connect from mixer to PC. And for some reason, it did not connect. Okay, why? Maxwell is sharing the same opinion as Rob about the new Dante controller. Honestly, I don't see any difference personally, but I'm not a huge user, so please don't hold on, I'm just gonna go into network here. Please don't shame me for that. because I'm not a huge user. I'm gonna create a second interface. I'm gonna call this one wing. I'm gonna go create, and I'm gonna make sure that the details of that interface give me an IP address that is manual. I'm gonna go 192.168.2.111. Submask of 255.255.0.0, and I'm gonna go OK. Now I have contact with the wing. I see my wing appear on the left. I'm gonna go connect, and I'm good. You need to be in the same network as the Dante communication. No, you don't. Well, I could have everything on the same network, but right now, the way that I'm set up, it's hard for you guys to see, so I can probably do my cheap camera guy stuff and do this so you guys can read some number on the screen. And it's probably still too bright for you guys to read really well on the screen, so I'm gonna do this. And I'm going to show you that part. So my console's remote side of the console was set to a static IP 192.168.2.201, submask 255 to 5500, gateway all zeros. On my computer side, in my network setup, let me go back into my network setup. And don't worry about the glitch. It's because I'm pulling from a server on the Wi-Fi network. It doesn't like that, but it's the Wi-Fi. It's not. If you were to do this, you would do this on a wired connection, and it should be ordered fine. But pulling from the server and computer at the same time doesn't like it. Okay. Let me bring you guys back my screen. And it's gonna show up eventually. It's getting there, it's getting there. All right. You guys see my screen now? Yes. So IP of the wing is here. IP of this Mac, I have 192.68.1.96. That's my Wi-Fi. 169.264. 238, 215, that's the Dante card and probably the Dante adapter. And I'm also having another network. Let me bring up my network. I created inside my network tab on Mac a connection for the wing to go manually here. So it's one wire, it's one adapter, but on Mac OS you can have one adapter and create multiple service out of it. So that's for the audio. No, that's for the control, my bad. And the audio is happening between the console and the laptop. Let me fire up, let me add a service here. We're gonna add service, and we're gonna call this one Dante test, because I'm not gonna keep it. And this one, I'm not gonna give it a static IP. I'm just gonna let it default to 169.254.something.something, and it should, after a while, give me a communication with the Dante card inside, because the Dante card inside has an IP address of 169.254.something.something. If not, I'm just gonna manually set it up to 169.264. My Mac's gonna run out of battery, but we should be good. Hey, Sheriffs, what's up? Or you could have the Dante network cable to a router and run Wing Edit off Wi-Fi. I think I could. Because right now I have the setup happening. I have one cable in the back in the primary, and we're hearing sound, so we have communication on the wing. Actually, you can see it now that I have Wing Edit. That's coming, all those channels coming from Logic. I have the USB in the back connected to my streaming computer, and the playback is happening from my laptop next to me over Dante. That's working. I don't know if I have a connection, but let's go take a look. We have a 169.254.238.215. We gonna go into detail and we gonna give this connection here an IP address. 169.254. Let's go 69.69. That's gonna be my laptop. Submask 255.255.0.0. That should be good. I'm gonna manually set that up. Okay. It should connect. Self-assign IP. All right. That should be good. If I go back into Dante controller, I'm back. I just don't know if I have the right adapter. I'm gonna check that out. I don't know why I'm stuck to that IP. If I go secondary, that's weird. Well, it's not weird on the Dante side, but it's weird that. Let's go shared. Continue anyway. Let's go. Okay. That adapter should give me both. Okay, just a quick reset did it. Why is Dante virtual sound card not up? Okay. I'm probably gonna break something here. I'm gonna go stop. Can I choose? Come on. No, I don't want that, thank you. No, I don't want that, thank you. Okay, let's go start again. Let's see if something happened. Ideally, you would set everything to a network that makes sense. You would take time and set everything to static IP, and I think I can do that now. Okay. Let's go changing the IP address here. We're gonna go 169.254. Let's go 69. Let's set it certain network, and you go 169 for the console. 255 submask close. That's good. We're gonna change or communication here the wing. We're gonna delete that service. It's gone. Dante test, we're gonna go manually. That's the address. That should be good. That should be good. Let's go stop. We're gonna fire back up here. 254.69.69 start. That's my audio interface. Okay, audio interface not available. What about now? Is it available? I just introduced some stuff on it. Playback is starting again. We should be good. And now, because everything is on static IP on the same network, I do have Dante controller. Let's go see what's going on with Wing Edit. Wing Edit is seeing the console. Try reconnect. We're gonna rescan just for fun, or give it a moment here. Network, that should be good. Don't worry about the sound coming in and out. Again, that's because I'm pulling from a network, from a Wi-Fi network for those tracks. So it's putting a lot of stress on the Wi-Fi. Wing compact, that's good. Let me close Wing Edit. Quit Wing Edit. And go Wing Edit. Setup. I should see it. Go to Cinco to Connect. Come on, you can do it. It's probably struggling. Okay, let me go. Stop. I'm just gonna do a quick hiding screen here. I'm gonna save some stuff on my local network, or on my local drive, so I stop pulling from the network, and I can disable Wi-Fi if I want to. What's going on with the chat here? It's been a while. I don't know about the internal card. You have the expansion card and run 2 network. You can, and I've done it before, you can run 2 Dante card, 1 into another on the same network, as long as you don't have enough bandwidth, or as long as you don't have too much bandwidth use. You can run 164 channel if needed. I don't know why you would go there, but yeah. I guess that should work, but I believe you need a switch where one of the port goes to the Dante network and one that goes to the controller port. I'm kind of doing it right now without having that happening, so I believe there's a way to do it. I just need to figure out how, but yeah. Ralph, avoid Dante on any network that has Wi-Fi on. Wi-Fi nodes can cause problem issue. Yes, if you can, don't use the same network, but it would work. Just don't try to go through Wi-Fi for some stuff. But it was working a few minutes ago. I just need to get that going. Now I have my stuff that is local, so it should be using my Dante. Okay, Logic is freaking out. Logic is freaking out. Let me close the project again. Hold on. Ignore. Okay. Let me pull up the project again from local this time. And we're gonna make that happen. Yeah, it's a 3 gig file. 3.33 gig file, so this is why it was probably didn't like that. And speaking of stuff that it didn't like, I need to power up that computer before it goes down on me. And I think I lost it. We're gonna let it charge for a few seconds. How about you guys? What's going on here? We're gonna make that happen. Don't worry. We're just gonna take some. It's just gonna take some time, but I'm definitely. Well, I guess the random live stream just started. Hey, let's do an intro again. Welcome to another Monday live stream, everybody who's late. Well, I guess we're doing two shows at the same time. I probably had my other random live stream at this time exactly. Well, I think I did, so this is why the macro did start on time. But hold on, guys, nothing changed, nothing moved. We're still going. Don't worry. All right, do we have power now to that laptop? Now, come on, you can do it. No. Hold on. We're gonna get there, guys. As soon as I can restart that laptop. But basically what we did so far is we took the wing, give it a static IP, everything on the same network, or everything at 169.254. I'm pretty sure it's a 264 at some point. 169.254. Console at 69.169. Laptop at 69.69. Everybody's on the same network. Everybody has a different address. And that's pretty much how things should roll. Now, we have communication between the console and Wing Edit. We have communication between the... It's charging. Okay. We have communication between the console, Wing Edit, and the Dante card. It's just a matter of having it all being ready together. And we can probably take a look at the screen here. It's going to be more fun for you guys than watching a dead laptop. So this is basically what we did. We gave it a static IP. Don't worry about the console not being on the screen too well. I'm going to fix that right now. There we go. So we give it a static IP. We're good. You guys want to dive a little more into this? I got plenty of time today. I want to spend time with you guys. Question about mute on Wing Compact. When you make mute group and mute channels blink. Can't you change it for not to blink? No, the blink thing is to tell you that you have a mute group on. Otherwise, it would just be a regular red thing happening, and you don't want that. You want to know that you are on a mute group or on a DCA group, because I believe both will give you channel blinking. We can take a look at that. Actually go here. We're having a screen. We're going to go into tags. Let's put all my channels that we were using into a DCA. Just for fun, all 8 channels into that DCA. We're gonna zoom out here to see the console. There we go. So all these channels here are in the DCA. If we go in the DCA and we mute DCA1, DCA1 is on red, it is full on red. If we go here, they flash because it's on the DCA. If you mute that channel, or we can actually unmute it, but if we go the other way around, we go unmute that DCA. We're only going to mute these four. We're going to mute DCA again. Those are hard mute. Those are only DCA mute. If you take them out, they are not mute in the channel or on the channel. They are only mute in the DCA. If you press them again, they open. If you remove the DCA, everything open. Is it making any sense? Do we have something that makes sense here? The new WinQ features are great. Well, let me download the new WinQ features then. And I don't know why my computer is not charging. Let me swap a couple cable around. We're gonna fix that. The joy of doing live stream and fixing, being his own tech live. Sometimes it's problematic. Okay. Front camera plugged back in. Laptop connected to a laptop block. Being back in. So the older version in App Store. Okay, so I'm gonna need to go with the other version then. Oh, come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on.
Accessibility shortcuts.
Whoa. All right. Let's go back to where we were. We're going to open the logic session that we had. So you're getting there. We don't need that for now. Just want a proof of concept. Okay. So I'm going to switch the camera because it's too small for you guys to read. Let's go here. All right. Laptop back on screen. I don't want to use this one. Okay. Shared Dante interface. Shouldn't really matter, but okay. EN20 is my adapter. My adapter EN20. Here in the option, give me an IP address of 169.254.69.69. That's the address of the laptop. I'm going to go OK. The Wacom pack is not having fun now. Why? Why is that? Okay. Seems to have only a problem with the last channel that we don't use. So it's all good. I do need a system engineer. Pancho, you looking for a job? Lost connection. All right, we are back. Everything is on the same network now. Let's go logic, play, or session. We got sound. You guys are not seeing the USB on that. Why is that? Okay, routing, output, USB. I'm not outputting anything because I have set up a DCA. This is why I'm not getting anything. All right. So you guys hear the background music. Let's go back to Dante controller. We have access to Dante controller. We can see device info. I'm curious to see the usage that we're doing on our network. Receive, transmit, that's good. Notificast flow 3, 7, and 8. Well, we're just gonna go delete. I'm not using that. Okay. Can we get information? No. Latency. Average 1.4 milliseconds. So nothing to freak about here. Can go clear. I need an A1. Actually, I'm A1, A2, and system tech, and camera operator, and I do the switching, and I do everything. Okay. Question from Rolf: do we need Dante controller when active transmitting audio is via Dante? No, you don't. It's only for setup, like Rob said. Once it's set up, I can close Dante controller, and you don't need to do anything more. And you can fire up the system again, and you don't need to set that up again. As long as you don't change anything, it's gonna remain. As long as you don't change any connection, it's there. I'm running a venue that is 100% Dante. Sometimes I do show with no XLR. I have a ULXD wireless system connected into my TF1, connected to the PA via Dante. And there's no XLR, and everything is there. I never fire up Dante controller to do anything. It's just a remote. If basically the who's talking to who setup, like the way that I'm set up right now, where I have my laptop. Let me bring that up. Let's go save here. No, cannot save. I just need to close that window. Once the routing here is done, you don't need to fire up Dante controller to recall that again. The setup is saved in the unit. This is why Rob told me before to change the name of the unit before patching it, because that Dante card right now, when it's gonna fire back up, will want to connect to my MacBook input and output. And my MacBook right now, the way it's connected, will want to connect to that console. Again, I don't need to fire up Dante controller. Once it's there, once it's done, it's done. As long as you don't reset anything, you can store that, leave it for a couple days, plug it back in. The system is gonna start again. Sometimes you need to boot up one device before another just for the connection to happen. But if you were to have a system running, you take everything down, you fire it back up again in another venue, PA, the new in-ear monitor from Shure, the new PSM Accent that are Dante, you fire that back up. You don't need to do any config. Everything is back the way it was on the Dante side. So that's good. Now I have the session is just over, so we're gonna start back up again. Let's go from the beginning. Let's go from the beginning again. All right. So Let me go back to Dante Virtual Sound Card. Same IP as my laptop. It's good. I don't want to show you guys my license, so there you go. Wing edit is working. It's all happening on one cable. So great question, Rolf here. The 169.254.something choice here is because the default IP of regular Dante system that do not have static network will default to that. So you'll be, at least if you fire up something, you'll be in that range to begin with. So it's a good option. I do not suggest you to have the console at 169.254 by default. If you have a router in that system, I would say put the console on 192.168. It will be what most people are used to. It will probably be the address of the router by default, so you don't need to go there. All right. So, anything else that we should talk about here? Any more question about that setup? Thing went really smooth. Thing went really smooth with this one. Oh, interesting. If I do this, I didn't know that feature. I didn't venture much into this. Can I? Let's go home. Let's see what's going on here. If I'm doing this, is it following on? Yeah, okay. Nice. Faders are following too. Edwin, you keep missing the stream. It's because of the time change at some places in the world right now. But you didn't miss much. Hello. Welcome. Have you used a mouse on a compact yet? No, I didn't. I didn't have to do that. It's gonna be the same thing as the full size. I believe so. Any tips that you're giving me here that I'm not aware of? I'm a huge trackpad fanboy, so I can probably try with a trackpad. So when you install the internal Dante card, does the controller port being double as Dante port and control port? I actually thought it lost the function as a control port. It doesn't. This is exactly what we're having happening right now. The only thing that is connected in the back is, well, you can see it here in the bottom, is one connection from the primary, and it's been sent into that. It's been sent into the control unit as a wired connection to my laptop. So no, you don't. It was a false understanding, I believe, in the beginning that you would lose the access to the console, but I think it was fixed like the firmware after. But urban legend at this point. So no, you don't need to do that. Actually, I have a friend, I believe, that run his secondary port into the secondary port with the router for the control over iPad. Did you see update for the app? Which one? Because we talk about the newer app for Wing Q, and after that we talk about other apps. So there could be a lot of option for the Wing. Let me check my App Store here. I don't see anything happening on the App Store side. I'm just gonna do update everything, but I don't believe that the Wing Q has an update available for me now. There is there a new Wing firmware? I don't think so. We're still running on 3.0.5 is the latest public version that I'm aware of. And that's the one we're using right now. Hold on. Sheriffs, when you are live mixing, do you cut anything below 20 Hz on the master channel? I ask because there seems to be a debate on the music side, EDM, where you should cut that frequency or not. Not really. Well, I do cut everything that is below 20 Hz, but I'm doing it not on the master. I'm not doing it on the master. I'm doing it on every single input, because the way that I mix stuff most of the time, the only thing that will not have a low cut, or not a low cut that is really high, is going to be my bass drum. I believe everything else going to have a low cut on the channel. So I do send 20 Hertz from the bass drum if possible. And if I can kick you in the chest with 20 Hertz, if the subs do deliver that, because some PA will deliver that low of frequency. If some PA deliver that, sure, it's gonna be great for me to rip your face off with 20 Hertz, but most of the time they just don't deliver. So, but I would keep it if I can keep that 20 Hertz from the bass drum and just whip people with it. Usually I do it, but the EDM stuff, those guys are playing around with synthesizer that have syn wave that goes down to those 20 Hertz. Is there any reason to cut it on the main out? No, you should cut it on your mix for the instrument. And funny thing is, can I show you this? Well, I can probably show it from the computer. Funny thing is, when you apply a low cut on a main like this, let's go with here, the low band, we'll do 48 dB Butterworth curve. If you were to cut at 20 Hertz, can you guys see the mouse really well? Yeah, okay. If you were to cut at 20 Hertz, it would create a bump, and I'm gonna mimic it with the EQ, but it would create a bump like this. Even if the low cut doesn't display it, it would create a bump like this around 30 to 40 Hertz. So trying to get rid of that 20 Hertz will actually give you a bump between 20 and 40. It's just the way that those low cuts work, is my understanding. So, do you create a problem by doing that? Is another question. So I would say, why would you boost by 1 or 2 dB or 3 dB 30 Hertz on your main out? Just do your low cut at the frequency that you want your stuff to be unresponsive at on the channel side. Basically, don't use the main out to fix your mix. Use the main out to fix the PA. Especially in a live situation, it will be my advice. Use the main out, use the main EQ to fix what's wrong with the PA or what's wrong with the room, and your mix on your console. When you're throwing a fader, when you select the channel and you move that fader, that channel should be perfect. It should be sounding good in your headphone, in your PA, in your monitor mix. Is it going to be perfect? No, but it should be pure signal. It should be perfect. It should be perfectly compressed. It should be perfectly EQ'd from there. After that, you correct the frequency response of the speaker. Could be monitor or the room. And if you made your thing right and your gain structure is right, you should not have to do much. And when you raise that fader, it should sound good everywhere. If your PA is right, it should sound... If your PA is okay, it's tuned correctly, when you raise that fader, it should sound the way that it should sound. You don't, it's not the studio stuff where you do parallel compression and we're doing live here. We cannot do 20 plug-in on a channel because latency, because all that stuff, because it doesn't sound like that on stage. If you're telling me about a bass drum, that kick should sound good on the channel strip, no matter where you listen to it. And if it doesn't sound okay, it should be the sound reproduction source, or it should be the speaker. Basically, that is the problem. Or the in-ear monitor that have a color, because they do have color. They do color the sound, so they should be the problem. Don't need two network connection on the wing. Acts like a small switch. The wing should be in switch. If Dante controller is in switch mode, it should leave the other port available for, let's say, a second primary port for you to connect like a router or something. It should. I didn't try it, but I believe it should work out this way. Wing Q 3.1 update is here. Okay, it's not there on my phone, so maybe we can take a look at that later, or maybe next week. As far as I'm aware, most 18 and 21 inch sub can't go down that deep. We're talking about the 20 hertz still. Well, if you have infra subs, like some venue do have infra subs that go down to 10 hertz, you should be able to use that 20 hertz. If not, if you don't have that much, yes, you're losing energy. Try to ask that sub to replicate 20 hertz, and it cannot. But if you have infra subs, most really good venue nowadays have infra subs. You can use those, but it's a matter. I mean, seriously, 20 hertz. Most people won't feel it, or actually, you cannot hear 20 hertz. You can only feel it, and you need to have really powerful subs for that to happen. You need to be in a festival situation to take into consideration 20 hertz. No smaller system can replicate that. No, I mean, and to be honest, yeah, it should be done on the track itself. Like if the person that is mixing that know his stuff and know what he's doing, and he's sending you 20 hertz, it's probably because it's intended for you to receive that 20 hertz. My understanding of the situation here. After that, it's a matter of system tech that should know their stuff, and if the system tech at the end of the day is cutting it already without telling you, it's not gonna happen. Exactly like Rob said, the speaker DSP should normally take care of this. Personally, I use aux sub. Okay, sure, but if you have a left right even, the system tech should take care of that stuff. There's a company called Ascend do that make 80-inch multi-ethereal subs. So 80-inch sub that goes down to 1 hertz. rumored to be around $100,000. Yeah, that's audiophile garbage. You're never gonna run that into a festival. That's what I care. That's what I do. At home, to be honest, the only speakers that I have is my Neumann right next to my computer over there, and I don't think they even go down to 50. When I mix stuff here, if I hear the sub, it's because I have too much. Basically. All right, we've been going at this for, is it 2 hour already? I think so. We doubled that because of the time change. So, on that note, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much for being part of this discussion. Thank you very much for being part of the show today. We covered a lot of ground. We covered the new Behringer preamp 73 Parade. That it's probably going to revolutionize the studio market. You'll see a lot of those, especially at the price that they are right now. I'm probably going to buy some for myself with a Midas 500 series rack. Always fun to have some gear, so let's see what's going on with that. We also covered the installation of the Dante card. I now have a Dante card in this one. I have my Dante card ready for my rack. Once I get it, should be happening soon. Don't worry, you guys will know as soon as I get it. So, on that note, thank you very much for being part of this live stream. Thank you so much to everybody in this community. I love every single one of you for being part of what we're doing here. And until the next one, and what do you guys, so please take care of yourself. See you all next week.